the woman next to me was wearing this mask. There are germs all over the plane.
I fly a lot and I get sick a lot.
And at first when I saw her, I kind of went, ay, ay, ay. And then I immediately caught myself and I thought, why is it again that I get drawn in by appearances? It's bothering me that we have to sort of appear really coiffed, fixed up, gotta look great. As opposed to wearing these false masks that make us look cool, it's a real one. New York City.
Please have your photo identification out.
Yeah, they're all looking really good, those guys. No, I don't want to look good. I want to think good. Maybe looking bad. Maybe even facing that things are bad. Maybe that's actually really a good thing. To just not worry about looking good or looking bad, but just looking. Oh, there she is again. Take care. What do you guys think? You're wondering what I'm doing? I'm talking to myself, sort of. Trying to figure out, how do I talk to other people with this?
Well, I have a job interview to go to.
So if you're doing an interview, in a way, it's like trying to be yourself, but trying to sell yourself at the same time.
You have to put on like your best face. Most people are naturally a little bit inhibited, naturally a little insecure.
Why? Why do you think?
I think it's the way we're brought up. When you go to school, you have to raise your hand to ask to go to the bathroom. That's a crime against nature. You have to raise your hand to meet your own need. It's like you're apologizing for your existence from the minute you come into the world.
I'm from Connecticut. I have two, 1.5 and 1.21.
So how does the parenting differ for the 5-year-old versus the 21-year-old?
Just try to teach them the right moral ethics and stuff in life, and don't go overboard with it. You can't. You say to a child, I don't want anything to happen to you, well, then nothing will happen to them because they won't do anything. Let them out there. If they fall down and skin a knee, and brush it off and let them continue on in life like I would with a 21-year-old. If she gets a DUI, she's going to fall down and she's going to have to recover, just like the child that falls off her bike. She's going to have to get back on it, or she won't ride the bike anymore.
People nowadays don't really know how to feed themselves. Most people get sick on a regular basis. They think being like well is the absence of symptoms. It's not the absence of symptoms, it's this really vibrant vitality. And people think that it's normal to get a cold all the time. I believe that smelling like a really excessive body odor is a symptom of toxicity. A lot of times people give up meat and they start smelling a little better.
Well, that's an interesting point. So in other words, a lot of the things that make us unattractive are really unattractive things.
We live in a very domestic society. We live in a pretty unnatural world. We're eating fairly unnatural things. There's chemicals everywhere.
You know, it's amazing to me. I have this little camera, and I'm just wandering around. I'm just sort of shooting and talking to it looks like I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself almost. And I suddenly run into talking to you, and it's like I get all this sort of information, and we would never have talked to each other other than if this, just would have been sitting there quietly.
Well, I'm a little chatty.
No, it's great.
I'm a little chatty, so.
He's talking.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
What scares me? I used to be really afraid of someone breaking into my house. The Poseidon adventure freaked me out. I can't say people judging me. I can't really say falling in love. I can't say, the dark. I'm not afraid of like bugs and snakes and stuff like that. Oh, got it. Spiders. The way they move and the quickness.
I'm afraid of snakes and stuff like that, or spiders. Just the loss of a child would probably be the only thing that scared me most.
I mean, I have children too, and that thought terrifies me. What about you? What scares you? Nothing? What started this particular thing was what scared me was being looked at as stupid and crazy. I mean, losing a child is a big thing.
My 21-year-old, when she was 15, was in a car where a guy was racing with his buddy and put her into a hole, and I almost lost her. Now paralyzed on one side. It was a tough time. It still gets to me, but after that, I had her tattooed on me. Her portrait. Brianna.
What are you scared of?
Nothing. Death stares me in the face every day. Where I live at, death is right there in front of you. You gotta die sometimes. I might be better off dead. I ain't gotta pay no more bills. My kids get the insurance money.
What moves you? What
Money.
What makes you cry? Anything make you cry?
Nah, why would you cry? If you don't fear nothing, why would you cry? I don't know, you gotta talk to one of them gay people. I'm not crying.
So what do you think about fashion?
Well, fashion is great. The women are supposed to be clothed. They're not supposed to show their bodies, but you got these heifers running around out here that they show their body. Then you have these young guys running around with their pants off their butt. offend somebody to your private part by having your pants hang off your ass all the way down there.
What is gay synonymous with for you?
That means I'm totally against gayness, men on men, women on women. But if that's what you do, that's what you do. I can't stop you from doing what you do. The Constitution says you can do what you want. But with your pants hanging off your ass, that shit is gay.
A lot of the guys that wear their pants down like that are so ungay. I mean, they're
seriously,
they're
they
tough
think
guys. I
it's
mean,
No,
it's gay.
they're not
It's
tough
gay.
guys. They're not tough guys. They're gay. How old are you?
We're 18.
You're 18? Yeah, so you grew up in that era. I grew up in an era where if my pants was down there, the next door neighbor would beat me, not my mom and my dad.
Right.
There's no extended family anymore. So these young guys run around with their pants hanging down off their ass. That shit is gay.
I don't think when the guys that have their pants hanging down, like my pants aren't down to my ass, but they're down a little low. I don't think he's referring it right. It's calling it gay. I think he's trying to say like, you know, it's a mentality, like a young juvenile thug mentality or whatever.
Right.
But it's kind of like a hypocritical statement that he's making, talking about the pants being sagged down because it's a culture. He's from the same culture because he's sitting there with a suit and tie on, but he got to fit it on.
So what do you think of all this?